Shut up, be quiet. Shh. Shut up, stop crying. Shh. You don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be listening to me from. Welcome back to Nyabohanse channel on these streets of YouTube. I hear they are called streets of YouTube anyway. Welcome back. I appreciate you. I love you. I do not take you for granted for coming back to this channel. My lovely subscribers, thank you very much for continuing to subscribe. New subscribers, welcome to Nyabohanse channel. For those of you who are there, you come to my channel and listen to me, welcome. I'm hoping that at some point you will decide to subscribe so you can become a member of this wonderful family. I just want to wish you a wonderful weekend. I hope you are relaxing and I hope you are enjoying time with your family. Now today we have a big fish to fry. So take your seat wherever you are, pick something that you want to eat, choose something, and let's begin this road. Now please don't forget to watch up to the very end, and when you finish, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Please hit the like button, share my video, and leave your comment so I can know what you think about my views, my opinion, and what I've said. And like they always say, this is my opinion. This is what I think. This is how I feel about what I'm talking about. So if you feel differently, feel free to leave a comment so I know what you think. So our big fish today is coming in the form of White Cosmetic TV, the lady who calls herself Black Beauty TV. This is the fish we want to fry today. I hope the fried fish comes out nicely, and I hope you enjoy it. And this one is a big fish, so it will go round. It will be enough for each and every one of you to have a bite. And when I finish frying this fish, it will be yummy. So this lady thinks that her mother is the owner of YouTube. YouTube is her mother's property, and reaction is her father's creation. So she wants to regulate who reacts and who reacts to who, and who says what about who, and who says negative and who says positive things. She thinks YouTube is her mother's playhouse, so she can come and kick people around and tell them all sorts of things, because her mother and her father created YouTube and YouTube reaction. So that is why we are frying this fish, the fish whose mother and father owns YouTube. This fish took it upon herself to react on one family. She chose one family. Can you imagine? She chose one family. For what reason? Maybe this black demon herself can come out and answer this question for us, because she has never come out and told us directly why she chose this family that she has been reacting on for the last 3 years or more. She has never told us what Marwa did to her or what his family did to her. Yet she has been on their case for the last 3 or more years. 3 or more years. So today we want to hear her answer, because as she said, YouTube is her turf. It belongs to her father and her mother. Because this is the same question she was asking Mora and David. She asked David and Mora, have I ever reacted to you? Have I ever reacted to your channel or talked about you in my channel? This is the same question we are asking her. Has Marwa ever reacted to her? Has Marwa ever talked about her in his channel? Apart from the time she told them off for bullying his sister? Does he ever come and take their video and put it up there and talk about it? No. Has Marwa's mother ever talked about her or reacted to her? How about David Jr.? Has he ever talked about them or reacted to them, apart from that time when she talked about them to Minhawi? Has Mayugno ever talked about them, apart from when they talked about Mayugno and Mayugno called Granny Coco a cow? Have they ever come to her channel to react? How about Marwa's father? He doesn't even own a YouTube channel, and this woman talks about him a lot. So, what question is this that she's asking Mora and David? That have I ever reacted about you? Has Marwa ever reacted about you? So, these people have never reacted about you. How is it possible that you are reacting about them every single day? This is your life. Even if you go to your channel and count the number of videos you have made, 99% of those videos are about Marwa, his family, his friends, his relatives, basically him. So how can you have the audacity to sit on that what you call carbon of yours and ask Mora and David that? And like you said, you are going to come for the other reactors one by one. Well, bring it on, baby. Bring it on, sister. We are here waiting for you. Let's see what you're made of. Useless woman. Vindictive woman. So you think it is you sound so strong by threatening to pull other people's channel down? It just makes you sound like the biggest coward on YouTube who cannot stand competition. You want to abuse people, and when somebody abuses you, you want to bring down their channel. What trash is this? That's why I always say these negative reactors are just people who have no brains. That's the only explanation that you can have for this kind of behavior. So she calls herself CEO. Now let's just explain what CEO is. Let's try and understand what CEO is, because she's always calling herself CEO. So I just want to put this CEO business into perspective. So I understand what CEO is and put it into perspective, and my listeners can also understand this and put it into perspective. So CEO is an abbreviation for Chief Executive Officer, the main person responsible for managing a company. The question is, which company is this woman managing? Apart from this little YouTube channel that she sits in her room, who else works with her on this? Is it her subscribers? Are those the people she manages? Or is it the lazy gang? That's what's coming to my mind. I'm asking myself. Which company? Let me go on. So sometimes the CEO might also be the president or the chairman of the company or the board of that company. All other department heads respond or report directly to the CEO. Just so all the other lazy gang members, I'm assuming, report to this CEO. Like Carrot, like JT, like Coco Mama, like who else? Is it Kung Fu Fanta and Queen of Travel and all the others? They report to this woman over here. No wonder last time she had the audacity to abuse the Kenyan reactors, telling them that they are useless, they are hypocrites, they have no balls. And they sat there quietly, and not even one of them lifted a finger or said anything about it. It's the CEO who had spoken, the CEO of the lazy gang. Now I understand. Okay. So the CEO is also supposed to provide overall direction, is supposed to provide leadership, is supposed to manage finances. Like for example, when Mr. Fruits sends money and donations, you decide who to give the donation and who not to give, etc., etc., etc. So this lady is supposed to provide leadership. So let's now try and see the kind of leadership that this lady provides. Because a CEO is supposed to provide leadership for the whole organization. So what leadership is she offering? If she is the CEO of the lazy gang, can you see the leadership she's offering? Because I even heard Granny Coco calling her CEO. So this is the boss, the manager of Carrot and Company and Nairobi Teacher and On Trending and all that group that sits there and attend those live sessions that she does. This is their CEO. She's the CEO of Percy, of Gintu, of Mad Max, of wow. Look at the ensemble of people. Do you call it ensemble or ensemble? Look at that group. Look at that team. Team Lazy Gang. Look at them. The Percy, the Gintu, the Masubo, the Max Zero, the Carrot, On Trending, JT, Nairobi Teacher. All these are groups of liars, of scammers, of betrayers. These are the ones. So these are the people she provides leadership for. No wonder she is running amok, going wild. Because if this is the leadership of the Lazy Gang and Company, then we all know what to expect. My viewers, now we understand. I wanted to understand what CEO is, and I wanted to understand what CEO does. Now that I understand, and I understand that CEO provides leadership for its people, and then I've sat down and looked at the people in this team, and I can see them clearly, those ones that are running around causing chaos in Nyabohanse, and the others who are wherever they are. I understand now. I now understand why she is CEO, and I understand who CEO she is. She is the CEO of using abusive language. So when you see her team, expect a lot of abusive language because they have nothing to say. Their heads are blank, have nothing. The only thing they know is how to abuse people, how to be violent. They also know how to sell nudes. That's why Percy learned how to sell nudes. And that's why Masubo learned how to con even Jamaicans, telling them about women that don't exist so they can send money. The blackmail people, the threatened people. They have been threatening Prince Odinga for a long, long time, and there are so many other people they are threatening. Even David is being threatened by Max. This is the CEO of all those threats because that's what she does. Can't you hear even her in this video of hers that I'm reacting to? She was threatening Mora and David. So this is the CEO of threats, of lies, of scams, and of demonic activities, because she confessed with her mouth that she's going to show what demonic activities is. We've been calling this woman Black Demon, Black Demon. Now we understand why she was called Black Demon, because she is actually demonic and she's planning to unleash her demons on people. So let's wait and see the color of the demons that she's going to unleash. This woman actually came out and confirmed to the whole world to hear that she is a demon, that she's demon possessed. She has demons that she can unleash on people. In fact, she told Mora and David that they will face her full demonic wrath. And she even gave examples of people who have faced her demonic wrath. like Choice TV. Oh, Choice, wherever you are, I wish you could come back to this platform and talk. You are a very, very, very interesting lady. Please come back. We are missing you. So she said she used her demonic powers on Choice TV, and even on Minhawi, and even on Paris, on Irene. She gave a list of the people who have faced her demonic wrath. So David and Mora, she is... sorry, I had to take a call. So this is the woman we are talking about. So now we know the woman we are talking about. Black Beauty TV, aka Black Demon, aka White Cosmetic TV. This is the woman that we are frying today, our fish. Now this woman spent a whole 45 minutes abusing Mora, abusing David. What does that tell you? It tells you that she has felt the heat that has been coming to her. She has felt the heat. So she sat down and made a wrathful 45-minute video for Mora and David. Those were her choice today. Who knows? I don't know who her choice will be tomorrow. She claims that a woman with dignity will not sit there and react on other reactors' videos. Listen to this. Listen to that contradiction. That a woman with the dignity will not sit there and react on other reactors' videos. Yet, what has she been doing over the last 3 years? What has she been doing for the last 3 years? She has been sitting there reacting on a family in Kenya, not even Nigerian, not even from Germany, a family in Kenya that she doesn't even know, that she has never even seen except for the videos that they made. She has never even met them. She has been reacting on them day in, day out. In fact, there's no day that passes when this woman does not talk about Marwa or his family or his relatives or his friends. No day. So does she want to say this is a dignified thing to do? When somebody reacts on her, that is not dignified. But when she sits there abusing another family, abusing Marwa's father, abusing Marwa's mother, who is just like her own mother, abusing them with big things, saying big terrible things about them, does she call this dignified? So in her perspective, this is what being dignified looks like. This is what being dignified looks like for this woman. So when someone does the same thing, she calls it undignified. But when she does it, it is so dignified. Oh, it's the best thing to do because she's trying to correct somebody, abusing somebody every day. Even your own child, if you abuse that child every day, you will not correct that child. You will lose that child because the child will rebel. Every day you sit there on that table of yours, abusing Marwa, abusing his mother, abusing his father, and you call that dignified. You are doing a very dignified thing in your department. So when somebody comes for you, you want to come and show your ugliness? No, thank you. Well, CEO, daughter of the soil, this is where you are wrong. This is where you are wrong, and we will tell you. And by the way, why do you call yourself daughter of the soil? Let me ask you. Maybe you should also answer this and abuse me a little because that is your specialty. Why do you call yourself daughter of the soil? Which soil exactly are you referring to? Is it German? Is it Germany? Is it Nigeria? Is it Sudan? Which soil are you daughter of? Hey, daughter of the soil, tell us which soil you are referring to. Because when we talked about Barack Obama, If he says I'm son of the soil, we know he's son of the soil in Kenya. But we also know that he's son of the soil in America because he was born in America. So automatically he has American citizenship. But he is a Kenyan because his father is Kenyan. And he was very proud of it. And he did not hide it. So you, which daughter, which soil are you referring to? Let's know. Are you referring to Germany? Are you referring to Nigeria? Or are you referring to Sudan? Because you ran away from Nigeria, you ran away from Sudan. So you cannot be daughter of the soil that you ran away from. How would you be proud of Nigeria and Sudan when you are sitting in Germany, you ran away from there? Huh? But you cannot be daughter of the soil in Germany because you were not born there. You are a refugee. This is your adopted country. So you cannot be daughter of the soil. That is left for your children and your husband. So you should not even use this name because you are not daughter of any soil. You are daughter of floating somewhere there. You ran away from your own country and you're now living in a foreign country. Oh my. I love Kenya so much, I don't think I'll run away from Kenya. I cannot do that. Oh, daughter of the soil, the so-called daughter of the soil. You can never be daughter of the soil in Germany. Never. So please, that is not for you. That portion is not yours, will never be yours, has never been yours. And by the way, my viewers, have you ever noticed something about this lady's abuses? Whatever abuse she uses, it always has something to do with poverty. For example, she says, you're putting on your grandmother's clothes. That means your clothes are not nice, they are not fashionable, or they are not new. Or show us your village life. You are just talking there, not showing us anything. You're not showing us your family. I want to see your miserable village life. You know, this woman assumes village life is miserable. You see what ignorance does to people when you run away from your home? And you know, things like you cannot afford a ticket. You will never even afford a ticket. Get a ticket and go to Nairobi and show us Nairobi. Show us your poor life with your dirty hair. How does she even know somebody's hair is dirty? People take showers every day, irrespective of where you are, whether you are in the village or away from it. And when you shower, you wash your hair. We don't put on wigs like the ones you put on. No, we wash our hair. So, can you see all these things have to do with poverty, poverty, poverty? This tells you something big about this woman. Her fear of poverty. Her fear of poverty, also known as poverty phobia or peniophobia. Peniophobia is phobia of poverty. Fear, extreme fear of poverty. This lady is suffering from peniophobia. So when David said in his reaction that this woman is not right in the head, you can now understand, because she suffers from this peniophobia. Peniophobia is a word from the Greek word penia, which means poverty. So, White Cosmetic TV, let me educate you. This is a new vocabulary for you to describe your unusual mental health condition. Everything this lady talks about, if you look at even when she abuses people, she abuses Africans, she always talks to them and tells them about poverty, how poor they are, how poor. Basically, her abuses are about poverty. So let's just go back to her history so we understand why she always abuses people using poverty. Now, this woman moved with her family from Sudan to West Africa. I think Nigeria in particular. Then She took a refugee boat to Germany. So she took a refugee boat to Germany and stayed in some what do you call it? Convent. Yeah, convent. Until she was able to find a German who she could marry and milk. And this German gave her some status. Although the other day she was telling us, oh, I already got my citizenship before I got married. We know that is not true, madam. You married an old man so he could give you some status in Germany. So can you see her fear of poverty? This fear goes back to that extreme poverty that she ran away from. And that is why she always associates Africans with poverty and Germans or Europeans with wealth. Hear her videos. Every time she talks about Africans, she always talks about miserable Africans, poor Africans, always begging, etc., etc. Because for her, Africa is synonymous to poverty and Germany is synonymous to wealth. And it really didn't matter what German she got, even if it was an old ugly one, so long as she married a white man and that was her security. So now she feels secure, she can sit down and abuse other people because she feels those people do not have the same security that she has. She could not even marry a young Nigerian. No, because, or any African, she could not even marry any African. Nigerian, African, that links to poverty. Because at some point, this Nigerian or this African will want to go back to Africa. And for her, Africa was poverty. So this is why this woman never wanted to marry an African. Because that African, she always assumed, would take her back to Africa, the home of poverty, the poverty she ran away from. She almost drowned in the sea to get away from that poverty. So for her, settling with an oldie is good enough, better than marrying a man of your age, sharing your golden years and your youth together and raising a family, building your wealth together. That's the best part of marriage. You marry somebody your age and you grow and you build your wealth together. Then you sit and enjoy that wealth. No, she prefers one who already has that wealth, or one who already has that wealth. Oh, I'm not going to that poverty. You see, this is Black Beauty TV for you. That's why if you look at the abuses she was hurling at David and Mora, it's just about clothes, about the way you look, about your house, about your children, because her wealth mentality, she has that wealth mentality. Her peniophobia cannot allow her to think in any way. No. And that's why she has vendetta with young people. People like Dee, people like David, people like Trudy, people like Miss Flair, or any other young person that she sees. That's her enemy. That's why her only friend is that, Coco Mama, That Coco Mama, is her friend, because that one is old, and maybe her husband is also, I don't know who. So that one she can is okay with. But these young people who seem to have life and are doing things and are moving around and enjoying life, those ones cannot be anywhere close to her. She wants to cut their legs down with her nasty, what she calls reaction, because that is not reaction. But my subscribers, alas, her past did not leave her. Her past did not leave her. Picture this. Think of the Black Beauty TV that you see on her video channels. Now, close your eyes and picture a dark one, a dark-skinned one. A dark-skinned Black Beauty TV. How do you think she would look? because she was talking about how Mora is ugly. Now just picture a Black Beauty TV that is not bleached. A dark-skinned one sitting on that chair where she usually sits. How would she look? So here she is calling Mora ugly. Yet if you look at the two, you can clearly see the pot calling the fire black. The pot calling the fire black. Yet the pot is blacker than the fire, and therefore more ugly than the fire. Fire is bright, red, radiant, beautiful. It's only that it's dangerous, but it's red. But the pot, black, like Black Beauty TV. Black like her. That's how she looked. Picture her sitting on that place where she sits when she's dishing out her nastiness. Mora is a natural beauty. Mora is formed and made by God using African clay. Clay that was just meant for the African, not for the Muzungu. This clay, God made it specifically for the African skin. That is what God made Mora with. And you see, Mora proudly carries this African beauty that God gave her. She carries it around with pride and dignity. And how about Black Beauty? Is she still carrying her African skin that God gave her? No. That African ugliness that she was made with, is she still carrying it? No. She went on a bleaching spree. She went on a massive bleaching spree because she had an inferiority complex. She was the only black-skinned woman in that family. Her husband's family are all white. There is no African in that family. The one who brought an African to this family was this old papa of hers. So she was being killed by inferiority complex. A refugee married to an old papa, and the family of the old papa are all white. She has to catch up with the man. She has to catch up with these white people. So she went on a bleaching spree. So she can catch up with the grandpa and the children. And the result that we have, voila, white cosmetic TV. That's why I don't call her Black Beauty TV. I call her white cosmetic TV because that is who she is. That is what she is. An ugly, semi-white woman, bleached to the core, wearing blonde wigs, but still looking ugly as ever. That is the result. White cosmetic TV. An ugly semi-white woman, bleached to the core, wearing blonde wigs, but still looking as ugly as ever. So, who is the ugly duckling here? Is it Mora? Or is it white cosmetic TV? Tell me. Mora is as natural as God gave her. So if she thinks she can bring her mouth out here to abuse people and call them ugly, she needs to go back to the mirror. Not the mirror now. The mirror that she had before she started the bleaching process, and look at herself. And then she can have the nerve to talk. I don't like abusing people, but this lady just is too much. Her mouth, she just shoots her mouth all over the place and thinks it's right to do so. She doesn't know. Everybody, we all know how to abuse people. We know. We are schooled in that. But we choose not to. She chooses not to. We choose not to. And this woman, She is always, she has the audacity to call black people ugly, to call black people, no, she cannot do that. She cannot do that. Because we also know how to abuse people with the same words that she was using. It's not that we don't know. So she should not cheat herself that she is the master of abuses. Because we all have our dictionaries of abuses seated somewhere. We can just fish them out and put it next to us and use them every day with a new word to call her. So she needs to chill. If she chose reaction and she chose to abuse Marwa's family, then she should get what comes with that. Too bad, that's the fact. And the most interesting thing, in fact I laughed, how she said David had gray hair up to his armpit and Jericho. Look at this woman, you see. She thinks she's the only one who can use some of these words. But let me just stoop to her level today, only today. Sorry, my subscribers, please allow this. Let me stoop to this lady's level today and ask her, did she please bleach up to her armpit and her Jericho? Maybe she should show us. Did she also bleach up to her armpit and her Jericho? David has white hair, yes, that's fine. How about her? The bleaching process, where did it reach? How far did it go? Because this is the only language this woman understands. That is the only language she understands. Telling people that they will never travel abroad. What is all this nonsense? Has it ever occurred to her that not everyone wants to go to the UK or USA or Germany? There are people who are not mesmerized by travel abroad, white cosmetic TV today, let me tell you. So if you're sitting there thinking people are envying you because you live in Germany, and that's why you have the nerve to talk to people so recklessly because you think they are envying you for what you have, let me school you. Nobody is envying you for what you have. In fact, I pity you. Because to tell you the truth, I would not want to live that life. I would not want to live that life. Life where I'm working as a nurse, I have a family. The money I'm earning is not enough, so I have to sit on a table every day to bash another family to get a few coins in my account from YouTube and donors and super slaps and whatever other slaps. No, that is not my life. That is not my life. So if you think that there are people who are envying you and admiring you, then you are in for a big shock. Because there are people who are not even bothered about going to the UK, the USA, or Germany, and they are living so well. Come to Kenya and see how people are living. I think you need to be schooled. Come to Kenya and see how people are living. There are people, the middle class in Kenya have made it. They are living well. They take their children for holidays, not just those trips that you go to some bread shop and buy some bread and no. They take their children for safaris, for holidays in Mombasa. They stay in Mombasa for days and weeks with their family. Middle class families in Kenya are doing that today, not just one, twice, almost every holiday, because they can afford it. They don't need to come to Germany to look for old men. No, they are okay where they are. Farmers are taking their wives and their families for holidays. They sell their coffee, they get their coffee bonuses. Wow. If you are ignorant, you are ignorant. If you don't know, you don't know. Wow. You are so ridiculous. Running away from your country, settling in another country that you did not even contribute to building and proudly telling people of? You did not contribute anything to the building and development of Germany. You found it when somebody had done the job. You ran from your country, went to another country, settled there. There's nothing you have done to add value to that country. And you're sitting there in your what you call your cabin, telling people off. I am Kenyan. I live in Kenya. I love Kenya. And I want to build Kenya. And that's what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. I am where I want to be, in my country. I am the daughter of the soil. This soil of my parents, where I was born. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to build. So I am not bothered about UK or USA or Germany or whatever that is mesmerizing you so much you feel like you have reached heaven and you're now living in your throne in heaven. No. How can I be proud that I am in another country? How? How are you proud that you are in another country sitting on that? How is it even possible? You know, it is like a child running away from his home because his parents are poor. So he runs away from his home to his friend's house because his friend's father has built a big mansion. So he runs away from his home to his friend's mansion. And then he sits there abusing his own brothers. Through the window, actually. The brothers he left behind and his parents, the ones he left at home that he said was too poor, he sits there abusing them. How useless are you? Hey, if you see useless, this is what you call useless. This is exactly what you call useless. You run away from your own home. You go to another home and you sit at the window looking at your brothers and sisters and you hurl abuses at them and you think you have arrived. You have not even begun to arrive. How useless are you? You are just as useless as Percy or Mrs. Kohera, that woman who sits there making videos about his supposed son. You are as useless as him. You carry your problems to other people to solve for you because you have no mental capacity to think. You carried your problem from your home to Germany so the Germans can solve your problem for you. Your food problems, your clothing problems, your everything problems. You carried them and took them to them. What have you done? What have you done? Nothing. And then you are sitting there abusing people. Oh God, you have made a long video, and this video is so long for you. Please, my subscribers, don't give up. This lady, I want to tell her up to the end today. So what do you think happened to your brothers, the ones you left behind, the ones you are abusing through the window? They may be poor in that home of yours that you ran away from, but they are better than you because they are helping their father to build their own home. That is why we are better than you. No matter how many times you sit in that German house throne of yours, we are much better than you in our poverty, in our dirt, in our dirty hair. We are much better than you because we are helping build our country. We are building our country and we are building ourselves in our country. And you, what have you done for Germany? You went to Germany. What value have you added to Germany? What have you done to Germany except marry an old man, milk him dry, and give him 2 children? What else have you done for Germany that you can point and say, I have done this and this and this for this country? What contributions have you made? So we can be reading about this woman who came to Germany as a refugee and studied nursing, and she introduced this and made this. What have you done in that country? What have you improved in that country? What have you contributed in that country? Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Don't tell us you have done nursing, because that's a job that you do. You are paid for it. So in short, you are an African parasite in Germany. An African parasite who cannot even contribute anything to the country that is hosting her and has adopted her. So next time you call other people useless, ask yourself, what have you done? Even on YouTube, you are still a parasite. You cannot create content. You cannot create any content. You have nothing in your head that can create content. You went to UK and you tried to vlog. Oh my God, those things were terrible. It's the first time I saw you walking with a trouser. Oh my God, you look like, oh God, I can't even describe. And you are always saying, oh Marwa, show us where you are. Show us what you are doing. If you are vlogging, you're supposed to show us. You couldn't even show us the railway station. You couldn't even show us the train. Instead of showing us the train, you are showing us people's heads. And you are showing us other people. You are not supposed to be showing us people who are sitting on the train, riding on the train. You are invading on their privacy. So look, you are a failure even in YouTube. That's why you created these BBTV vlogs. But what has it turned to? VVTV abusing people on YouTube. Because you cannot vlog. You cannot. You can't create anything. You are a failure through and through. A failure in your country, a failure in your adopted country, and even a failure on YouTube. The only thing you can do is wait for Marwa to drop a video so you can talk about it. And then in the process, you are coming for people who are using your videos. You are abusing another family. These people are simply telling you not to abuse another family, and you're coming for them, threatening them. How useless can one get? So you want to show reactors how the demon works? Please show us. Show us so we can confirm that this name we gave you was actually true, that you are evil and you are demonic. Show us. So you have now become the YouTube mafia, threatening other YouTubers. So if you are a reactor, react on videos that are out there on the streets of YouTube. Do not bring Kenyans and East Africans into your mouth, because Kenyans and East Africans have not produced a video for you to react on. Which Kenyan East African produced a video for you to react on? If you want to react on David's video, react on that, or Marwa's video, or Mora's video. Bring that video and tell us what they said about you and talk about it. But don't come here talking about East Africans, East Africans. You are nothing. This same woman last time called Kenyan negative reactors useless, hypocrites, cowards, etc., etc., etc. Now you have come for East Africans. So you're bringing your leg in and in, trying to show that you are better than East Africans? You are better than Kenyans? I think Kenyan YouTubers should come for you, useless woman. If the negative reactors had no balls to come for you, I saw JT posted something about you and about that video, and then he quickly pulled it down, because I think you must have called him and given him a telling. So if they have no balls to come for you, that is your problem. That is your problem. You are their CEO. But we are not Carrot. We are not On Trending. We are not Nairobi Teacher. We are not JT Podcast. We are not Masubo or Max. We will come for you armed to the teeth. We will tear you, because we also know how to do the things you're saying you know how to do. You're not the only one who has a mouth. We also have mouths. So bring it on. You come from Marwa, we will come for you. The way David said. Huh? You want to tear a family apart, tear a family to pieces, and then you want to sit there intact in your throne and throw insults at people? Sorry, it doesn't happen like that. Tit for tat. So you want Mora and David to show you their families, or to travel and show you Nairobi? Well, let me ask you one thing, Madam Mafia. How long did it take you to show us your shopping or hotel trips with your children? How long? Over 5 years, in fact, over 7 years. You had been on YouTube for more than 5 years before you started reacting on Marwa. Had you shown people your shopping sprees? No. Had you shown anybody your hotel trip? No. Had you shown anybody your children? No. More than 5 years. Why? Because you were as poor as a church mouse. You could not afford any of these luxuries that you are talking about now. So give David and Mora the same number of years. So after that, come back and ask them to show you these things, and they will show them to you. They will show them to you. So don't think now that you are eating Marwa money, you are not rich. Rich people don't talk the way you talk. It's only foolish Africans, when they get a little money, they start talking and shooting their mouths anyhow. My God. After 5 years, come and tell Mora to show you her family and her travels and her children and her shopping sprees, and that will shock you. Will shock you. Look at this woman. Did you even see this woman on YouTube 3 years ago? I don't know, my listeners, if you ever saw this woman 3 years ago on YouTube. If you saw her, then you tell me. She was in those grandma clothes that she's talking about today. She was in some ugly wigs that I don't know where she has thrown them into. Those ugly clothes that she's talking about, those are the things she used to wear. So suddenly, she found money on YouTube, and now she went on a shopping spree, changed her wardrobe. She can now come and start calling people grandmother clothes. You see what happens when somebody gets a little money? They start imagining they are kings. You are still so far from that, my dear. Very, very far. Now Marwa money is coming in. You can afford new clothes. You can take your children to some restaurants. You can go to London courtesy of some subscriber who bought the ticket for you. Then you can now come and brag here. Wow. That bragging is only for fools and your subscribers. We are not bothered. So this just tells you, my dear listeners, that this woman's reaction and all the other reactors, the Coco Mamas and the Carrots, their reaction has all been about jealousy and money. They want to do what Dimwango and Marwa are doing. They want to have money to travel. That's basically what they want. And basically that is also what is affecting nyabohanse. They want money. They want to build. They are competing with that mansion. That's what they want. They want money. They want to travel. So you want to destroy somebody to get that money? That is your target? That is your target? You are coming on about David talking about women, claiming that lazy gang group does not talk about women. But doesn't Nairobi teacher talk about women? Doesn't he talk about Perez? Doesn't he talk about what's that lady's name? Brenda? Wasn't he talking about Brenda? Doesn't Max talk about Brenda? Doesn't JT talk about... All these people talk about women, Gintu, etc. They talk about women. They talk about Congrats Mom. They talk about Shona Roy. They talk about Perez. They talk... So what is this that lazy gang people don't talk about women? So David has every right to talk about whomever he wants to talk to, who is saying lies about Marwa. Huh? Don't you talk about Marwa's parents? In fact, you even used to talk about Marwa's mother before she even became a YouTuber. Somebody who is not even in YouTube, you dig her out and talk about her. And how about Marwa's father? Is he on YouTube? And don't you talk about her? So you think women should come here and abuse people like you are doing and like you always do, and expect people to swallow that because they are women? Expect nobody to ask them? Women must take responsibility for their actions. We are in the 21st century. Women have said they are equal to men. So you abuse somebody, you be abused. You abuse me, I abuse you. My dear, my bro, that is how it is these days. So don't think a man will sit there and take your nonsense and just keep quiet because you are a woman. And because you are a woman, that should give you the license to go abusing other people because you know they will not hit back. Because Marwa does not hit back. We will hit back on his behalf. And even how about Yahoo boys in Nigeria? Huh? Don't they talk about women? Huh? Oh God Almighty, this woman going to London was such an achievement for her that now she thinks she has reached heaven. She lives in Germany and she went to London. Oh my God, she went to London. Oh, London Bridge. So she's so happy that she went to London and she lived in an Airbnb that was so good, where you people were cooking that okra. Is that what you call an amazing Airbnb? Then I think your standards are just the same as you. Your standards are just like you, my dear. I see now. Like we always say, take the village, the girl out of the village, but her village mentality will always be the same. Her village standards will never change. And by the way, let me also school you again. YouTube, you keep telling Mora she has no job, she is not employed. YouTube in itself is a job. It's employment. Employment does not necessarily mean working for somebody for a salary. No. Go to the dictionary and find the meaning of employment. There is self-employment. YouTube is an employment, is a job. So, stop this job slave mentality kind of attitude that only people who go to work in the morning 7 to 5 are those who are employed. No. So Mora is employed. She's self-employed. And there are so many other people who lost their jobs during COVID. So what is there to celebrate? You see how foolish you are? You are celebrating that somebody lost their job during COVID and has never got a job again. There are so many people who lost their jobs. Even today, thousands do not have jobs. And many of them are doing online jobs, are self-employed, are on YouTube, and they are making ends meet. So your buddy Carrot also lost her job, and isn't she sitting on that chair of hers talking about Marwa and earning a living? Please. There are billions and billions of people today, especially the young generation, who are 100% employed by YouTube. 100%. So what's so strange about Mora working on YouTube? And what's wrong with earning $5? Weren't you earning those $5 when you started YouTube? Mora's YouTube channel is just one year old. Yours is donkey years old. So because you have reached, like, I don't know how many years, you are comparing yourself with somebody who's just 1 year. Did you have 3,000 subscribers when your channel was 1 year old? No. You didn't even have 500 subscribers. So you were not even earning that $5 that you are talking about today. So there's nothing wrong with earning $5. And if that $5 can buy you food for your child, so be it. I'm not ashamed of that at all. I'm not ashamed of that, because I didn't hear you complain when you were not earning on YouTube. In fact, when you started talking about Marwa, you were not even 5,000 subscribers. You had not even reached 5,000 subscribers. So how long has it taken you to reach 20,000 subscribers? Please, stop bragging about things that we know are not true. And what's wrong with Cecil chatting with Mora? Or even Cecil super chatting her? What's wrong with that? Weren't you chatting with Fruits and other donors behind the backs of the Lazy Gang, other Lazy Gang members? Weren't you chatting with Mr. Fruits and the other donors until they found out? Haven't you been receiving donations yourself to fund your children's lifestyle, to fund your lifestyles? So why does it eat you when Mora has the same? So you want to have everything, you want to be super chatted, you want to chat with donors behind the backs of other people who you claim to be in the same team with. You want to receive donations with the left hand so that the right hand does not see. But when you hear somebody is receiving, you come gun blazing at them. Wow. The Black Beauty, Black Demon TV indeed. This woman has been building her life by tarnishing Marwa's name. Now she feels bad when people talk about them. What is fair share usage on YouTube? Haven't you also been using Marwa's videos without following the fair share rule? The only difference is that Marwa is a gentleman. He doesn't want to get into these village style wars with you of pulling out your videos. But if he wants, he can. So for you, you want to engage in village style wars, pulling other people's channels down because they have talked about you. So in short, Germany has not made an impact at all in your life. It has not changed you. It has not changed you. The only thing it did is give you a job, a husband, and children. The village is still in you. Look at your uncouth abuses. Look at your uncouth abuses. And by the way, your English is horrible. So don't even try to compare your English with David's and Mora's. Your English is horrible and your accent terrible. Terrible. So you want reactors to allow you to enjoy your department. And you want them to allow the Lazy Gang to enjoy their peace. You want to enjoy your peace while reacting about Marwa, and you want the Lazy Gang, you want to enjoy your department, which is Department of Reaction to Marwa. So you want the positive reactors to allow you to enjoy that department of abusing people that you have created for yourself. And you want the Lazy Gang to be left to enjoy their peace as they abuse Marwa every day. So your peace, your Lazy Gang peace and your department is abusing other people. Some who are not even on YouTube, you still abuse them. So that is your peace. That is your department. The department you have created for yourself. So you take away other people's peace to make peace for yourself? You take away Marwa's peace, his family's peace, to create a department for yourself and peace for the lazy gang, like you said. Then we will be around for a very, very long time, my dear. We will be around for a long time because we are going to enjoy that department with you. And we are going to have that peace with you. So if you continue talking about this man, we will be step by step with you. That is how it's going to work. Reaction is not always about going into other people's private lives. It's not about spying on people. You think when you go to somebody's Instagram or whatever pages of theirs and you pull out information, then you come to sit in your so-called cabin to abuse them with the same information, you are reacting. You're not reacting. You're just being a jealous, evil, vindictive, wicked woman. And that's what you are. Jealous, evil, wicked, vindictive. So you can come to your channel, talk about people, their private things that you have got from their DMs. Huh? So what is your score? What is your highest score here? What exactly is your score? Because you tell people, oh, I tell the truth, I'm not afraid of anybody. Which truth do you tell? Tell us which truth this is that you call the truth. Because you went to somebody's social page and got information about them and came to throw it to your subscribers, so you feel that is the truth. Reaction is about a video that somebody has created. That is what reaction is. What you're doing is not reaction. What you're doing is witch hunt. And anyway, we accept because you have said you are a witch. You are a demon. That's what you do. You follow people at night when they are asleep. And then do things to them when they are least expecting. That's how you work. That's how you operate. That's why you say, you do me, I do you. No, it's not that. Nobody ever went to your DM to look for information about you. They talk about things that you have said online. So what business do you have going to somebody's Instagram page, WhatsApp, I don't know what. You want to share Mora's WhatsApp messages with Cecil? Do so. They are not private. If you saw them, other people have seen them. So there's nothing new you are bringing here. From what I'm seeing and from where I'm standing, you deserve to be talked about 100 times more. You deserve to be talked about. And David and Mora, kudos for reaching the cabin of this evil witch. Kudos for reaching the cabin of this evil witch. And if you want to bring other people to your cabin, you are welcome. Keep the door open because they will be coming many, many times. Useless woman. So my subscribers, my listeners, today I have made a very, very, very long video because I listened to this woman and I said, this is something that has to be talked about. This woman is running amok, thinking she owns YouTube. This is not your father's property. This is everyone's property. And like you always say, if you bring anything online, anybody can talk about it. So why do you bring something online and you don't want people to talk about? You talk about Marwa, put it online there, and you don't want anybody to talk about it? We will talk about it. What you say, we will talk about. If you don't like it, meza wembe. Thank you very much, ladies. May you have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and may God bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button